Kilimanjaro,
Kilimanjaro, Kilimanjaro,
Kilimanjaro,
Kilimanjaro, mlima mrefu sana.
Karabusana, welcome to Kilimanjaro, the highest point in Africa and the tallest freestanding mountain in the world. From its tropical rainforest to its polar Arctic peak, Kilimanjaro challenges thousands of climbers each year, but only about 41% of those who attempt to reach the summit can successfully say that they have stood on the rooftop of Africa.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have to land at Kilimanjaro, Tanzania, Kilimanjaro International Airport.
The three of us wanted to go there to spend some time together before I leave for college, but also to have this sense of renewal and just do something for ourselves, you know, to feel accomplished.
We arrived safely at Kilimanjaro Airport and we were all so excited. Our excitement quickly turned when we realized that our bags did not arrive on the same plane as we did.
Our outfitter, Climb Kili, reassured us, Hakuna Matata, no problem, your bags will arrive. So, with nothing more that we could do at the airport and with only the clothes that we were wearing, we headed to our hotel in Arusha.
The drive seemed like hours, but it was actually only probably like 45 minutes, but just trying to take everything in and just being surrounded by completely different culture. You don't realize how much you're changing cultures until you get off of the plane, because up until that point we'd only been in airports, and airports generally look the same. Just taking that all in was like crazy. That day we walked around with our guide Good Luck for quite a while. It was like 4 hours, and it was our little pre-Kilimanjaro test to see if we were lazy, but we passed, so that's good.
On vacation, we tend to find rituals or comforts of home. Our particular ritual in Tanzania while waiting for our luggage seemed to be going to the bar and ordering hot chocolate, curling up on the couch with our books, and just spending some time warming our souls. End of day one, our bags still had not arrived, so we decided that we were going to forget about our bags for a day and go on safari and enjoy the day.
Immaculate day.
Late last night, our bags finally caught up to us, and we couldn't be happier. All of our gear, clean clothes. Next stop, Kilimanjaro.
It was kind of a long drive. We had a really cool driver named Benson who was just a character. He was so funny, and I hope he gets a permanent job as a driver because he was so cool. He was my favorite driver. Kilimanjaro!
Here we are at Shira Plateau. That's where we're going.
You could see the mountain, but it seemed so far away. It seemed impossible. Like it was not real that we were going to be at the top of that in 6 days.
We're so excited that first day we got to camp, and just like our hotel ritual, they served us hot chocolate, and we're so excited.
That day actually kicked my butt. Actually, we started off feeling really confident, really good. We were one of the first groups to leave. We were all like killing it, going super fast, just having a good time. But then as soon as we started to gain altitude, I started to just feel like I couldn't breathe. And you just kind of have to sit down, take a couple of deep breaths, tell yourself you're okay. We saw this really cool cave that had icicles hanging from it, which kind of made you realize, wow, it really is cold over here, because we hadn't seen ice yet. We saw frost that morning.
Beautiful, beautiful day. But as you can hear, it's windy and cold. We made really great time coming to this camp. I think we hiked about 4 hours. We're here by 1 o'clock. Today's Ashley's birthday. She turned 19.
We started off with an immediate climb up this massive hill, so Amani took my bag for me because our guides were super awesome.
Lava Tower. It was an uphill hike. I still felt pretty good when we got to Lava Tower. Had lunch at Lava Tower. After lunch though, your body kind of wants to rest. And we proceeded to hike downhill.
It seemed like forever. Every time they said 15 minutes, it seemed like an hour would go by and we still wouldn't be there. Going downhill is actually more difficult than you would expect. That camp was massive. It was one of the biggest camps we experienced so far, and Mom was absolutely obliterated that day, didn't even want to come out for dinner. But then it turns out we had pasta that night, and she came for dinner. So it was a good ending to a very long and difficult day. I wish we could see people standing up there like, yay! Inspiration.
We look out that next day and see the sheer face of Barranco Wall. And I'm kind of excited because that's my type of hiking. So I was excited to get started on day 4.
It was my favorite day, climbing the wall, because it was a little bit of like rock climbing to the point where it wasn't an actual trail going up the wall. It was more of like scaling the rocks and everything. Mom really liked it too, and Kevin didn't because he's afraid of heights.
Barranco Wall is a 2,000-foot vertical climb. Who wouldn't be a little scared of that?
We just climbed to the top of Barranco Wall. Straight up. We did it. Day 4. Rock on. Kilimanjaro.
We all kind of shared a little moment there, and I guess silently congratulated ourselves, or everyone too, because you just feel so accomplished after scaling such a big wall, even though it's nothing compared to summiting but it just is a small feat. Along the way you experience a lot of like small accomplishments that kind of all add up.
After our short victory celebration, we headed to our next stop, Tarangire Valley Camp.
Good Luck had told us that it's up and then down and then up and then down and then up. So we knew that we were going to end in an up. After coming up to this point, we can see the camp just a clear shot away, thinking it's all flat until camp, but we were sadly mistaken, and there was a massive, massive valley separating us from the camp, and you just see this thin path weaving its way up the opposite side of the valley. So we know, great, we have to descend all the way to the bottom of the valley, to the very stream, and then work our way back up to Tarangire Valley Camp.
I'm up on top of the world, looking down on creation. Is the only expectation. I don't know the rest of the words.
We hiked up, down, and then up to camp.
Alright, up, down, up.
Yes.
And we got a great lunch today. They brought us fresh food from down below. French fries, chicken, and looks like salad. And our favorite soup. This is our favorite one. Yummy yum.
And I was in a cranky mood, but now we have French fries.
Food makes things good. See, yesterday I was cranky and they served macaroni for dinner, so that made me happy. All is good. Cold camp. And then the next morning when we woke up, our goal was to hit Barafu, which is base camp Kilimanjaro. And our guide had let us know that it wasn't going to be a hard day of hiking, about 3 hours up to Barafu, but it was definitely up. But then we were going to relax and have lunch and spend the rest of the day just kind of chilling out prior to our summit attempt.
Arriving at base camp was really cool. You get to see all the people who are coming down from summit and congratulate them, although they look miserable. You think to yourself, why do they look so upset? They just summited, because you don't know yet what Kilimanjaro has in store for you. And you also see the excitement and the eagerness on everybody's face who hasn't got the chance to summit.
Day 5, Ash is eating.
Yay! Finally!
Tomorrow we make a bid for the summit. Wish us luck.
Everything has led to this point. You know, it's like the big finale, and only 40% of people make it, which we didn't know the statistic was so low, but we knew that a lot of people end up turning around.
I had all of these great ideas of photos and videos that I'd be taking along the way, but during that final push to the summit, really the only thing going through your mind is taking that next step.
Every single step takes every bit of energy. There's so many times you doubt yourself and you say, like, my body just can't handle this, I can't breathe, I can't walk, I have no energy. It's a lot of mental, but it's really physical too, just because your body's just being pushed so hard.
And then I remember thinking a couple hours into it, oh, the sun's coming up and it's getting brighter. And I look back and I realize that I can still see camp. And we've been hiking for hours. And I felt so discouraged.
Because at that point our guide Good Luck told us, don't turn around and look at where you came from, because it might not seem like you've gone that far. But also don't look ahead at your destination, because it might seem like you'll never get there. Instead, focus on each step and you'll reach your goal.
So we get to Stella and it almost seems like as soon as we get up to the sign, The wind intensified and magnified like crazy. The wind was so strong it was blowing us.
When we reached Stella Point, we knew we were almost there. We just had a little more to go, but that little ways would seem so far.
The guides were absolutely crucial in making it to the summit because without them, I don't think any of us would have made it. They're the ones making you continue. They will they'll grab your hand and pull you if that's what it takes, and that's what it did take for me and Mom because we were just in pain, just pure exhaustion taking over every ounce of your body.
Coming up on Uhuru Peak, I don't think there are words for the emotions that we were all feeling.
You can't even compare it to anything else. I don't think anything I'll ever do in my entire lifetime will compare to how I felt at that moment.
Wait.
Made it! Made it!
I just started crying inside and outside and just crying.
You know that every single footstep and every penny was worth it because you just like this feeling of achievement and like self-fulfillment takes over your body.
5,895 meters, 19,341 feet. We were standing on the rooftop of Africa. Something that none of us took into consideration after reaching the peak was now we have to go all the way back down. And it wasn't a slow descent. We were screaming down the side of the mountain. It was loose dirt, loose gravel, and we were pretty much skiing our way down the mountain.
We started at 4:30. We summited at 11:30, I believe. It took us 3 more hours to descend. When we got to camp, we were supposed to pack up our bags, have a quick lunch, and then continue to the next camp, which was called Millennium.
Kilimanjaro,
Kilimanjaro, Kilimanjaro,
Kilimanjaro,
Kilimanjaro, mlima mrefu sana.
Kilimanjaro,
Kilimanjaro,
Stepping off the mountain was a little bittersweet. You're leaving your home for the last 7 days, the place that you ate, slept, and had all these amazing experiences on. You're leaving friendships that you've made. Our guides, Good Luck and Amani, we couldn't have done the climb without them. We couldn't have done the climb without the climbing staff of Climb Kili. They were just absolutely incredible.
walizunguka, 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 wataka kunila nyama, kunila nyama, kunila nyama, kunila nyama, kunila nyama, mona walizunguka, pararapapa, 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 jambo, jambana, wageni, wageni.
Our thanks go out to them, Asante Sana, to everyone at Climb Kili. They made this experience truly a once-in-a-lifetime, and an experience that I don't think any of us will ever forget.
Jambo bwana, habari gani? Mzuri sana. Wageni wakaribishwa.
Wapi?
Kilimanjaro, hakuna matata.
So next morning, it's off to the Serengeti.
We went to this little tiny airport in Arusha that just has little bush planes. Took off. In about 45 minutes, we were landing on a dirt runway in the middle of the Serengeti. And once we arrived, there was no terminal, no nothing. It's just a hut, little shack, basically. And our driver was there, and he gave us a full game tour on the way to the hotel, which was really cool. So we got to see some things we didn't see at Tarangire. Then we got to the Four Seasons, and it's breathtaking, absolutely gorgeous, and they surprised us with a double upgrade. Our sliding doors open to a huge view of the Serengeti.
for part of the reason why I was able to summit Kilimanjaro. Because part of our conversation as we're hiking up the mountain kept coming back to the fact that at the conclusion of this hike, we were going to the Four Seasons and we're all going to get massages.
If you have a bucket list, Four Seasons Serengeti. Put it on your list.
It really was a trip of a lifetime.
We went on the trip for multiple reasons. Nothing can replace how you'll feel after doing that. We all had our personal victories that day. I'd say it's one of the best feelings in the world, and I'm so blessed to have that experience.